Hello everyone, today we shall look into the DAX query view of Power BI, which is a recent update. I'll click on this file, and to enable it I'll go to options and settings, and in the options, if we go to preview features, we'll find a setting which is DAX query view, and we should enable it. Here you could see this preview features, and in the bottom you could see the DAX query view, and you must enable it and just click on OK. And once you click on OK, and once you restart the Power BI, you'll be able to see the DAX query view after the model view in the left side. Okay, by default you'll be able to see this commented lines where you could further understand about DAX queries in this website, and you could just evaluate and write your queries and just click on run in order to see the default data which is present. Here fact cells is my fact table where I could see the data, and once you select it and run it, you'll be able to see the top 100 rows within the fact cells data. Here you could notice that we have the fact cells data of the top 100 rows. We have all the columns from starting to beginning, and we can scroll in the bottom, and you could see the table name along with the column name in the header. Okay, you could copy the data and put it in Excel, and either you could write the query in order to bring the top rows, or even you could write few other queries. For example, I'll write summarize columns, and suppose that here I have a column which is order date, fact sales order date, and I want the total sales as sales amount. Okay, I have written the sum of sales as total sales. I'll bring in the measure of total sales. Okay, I'll close the parenthesis, and here you could see that I have written a small query of summarize columns. I can click on that and run it. Now you'll be able to see that based upon the order date you have the sales amount here. Like earlier, if you have to do this, you have to make a calculated table and you have to run it. Now we could write the query by writing the evaluate, just similar to the DAX Studio in the external tool, and you could write the query. And in the external tool, if you could install the DAX Studio, it will appear here, and you could run and check and evaluate the similar queries. How would it result in the output? Now in order to understand a few more things about the DAX query, okay, suppose you want to format this query, you can just click on the format, and you could see that the format has changed. You can select it, comment, uncomment, and if there is a long query, you can even find out some things in that DAX query and even replace it. You can click on replace, you can find and replace. Here you will have the option of replace and replace all, just like other tools, and it will be quite easy to do. One more thing which you will be able to see in this DAX query view is this comment palette. Okay, here you have multiple comments where you could see that all the comments which you are able to see here, you could just use it along with the comments which is written in the right side, and just use it. For example, control equal to, it will increase the size of it, and control minus, it will decrease the size of it. Okay, this is one of the example, and further you could see the comment palette and use the comments which are present over there, and even the control and mouse button also, it will increase the size of it. And moving further, we have two ways to use the quick queries. For example, I'll select the customer table. You click on these three dots. If you hover on the quick queries, you can see all the four options. First one is show top 100 rows. If you click on show top 100 rows, you'll be able to see the evaluate query which is related to the top 100 rows within the customer table. I'll select it, I'll run it. In the bottom you'll be able to see the top 100 customers. Suppose here you want to see another quick query about column statistics. You can select the quick queries and click on this show column statistics. On the right side here you could see that the black highlighted pane, or you could say the space, if you can hover down, you can see the code from top to bottom here. Okay, and suppose that your query is quite large, you might even see the query by scrolling it down. For example, I'll go to product table, click on this show column statistics. You could see that this query is little longer, and you could hover on this and you could see the query from top to bottom. And here we have another query which is called define all measures in this model. Here if I click on this, it will show all the measures which are present in our model. Okay, and there is a way to write a measure. I'll show it in a while, just as it is represented here. And even if it is present in a table, you could just click on this option which is grayed out because there is no measure in this table. I have a specific measure table in order to access the measures. So here I have two options. Either I could show all the measures within the table or in the model. Okay, I'll get back to the measure table. Here we have few basic measures, and suppose if I want to understand this measure, I could just click on just evaluate. Now if I evaluate, you'll be able to see the simple query, and you'll be able to see the total sales in the bottom in the results. And if you want to define and evaluate, you can just click on this define and evaluate. Now this is the way how we write our measures, like by using define, measure, and the way. Okay, I'll just try to show you an example. Okay, I'll just in the bottom, if you want to add a new query, you can click on this plus, and you can add a new query. Here I'll write define, I'll write measure, and let us take this measure table. Okay, and let us give the name as total profit equal to, I'll use sum, or you could say we have total sales minus total cost. Okay, and once we write this measure, you could see that there is an option for update model, which is add new measure. Okay, and I can click on this add new measure. Once I click on this, you'll be able to see that are you sure that action can't be undone. You can confirm, and once you confirm, the measure of total profit will be added to the measure table, as you could see here on the right side. Okay, and once we have written the measure, if we want to see the data, what we could do is we could write evaluate, and we could write summarize columns. You could provide any column name, or you could just say total profit, and we could give that total profit measure which we have written. Just to show you the total profit, we can just click on run, and it will evaluate. Right, I hope you have understood. And this is how we use the DAX query view based upon these measures. And if you want to view these measures along with the references, you can click on this define with references and evaluate. So you can click on this define with references, and it will show all the references which are related to the particular measure, and then we could evaluate. And if we want to evaluate all the measures within the model and define it, you could see the define all measures as earlier we have seen. So these are few options within the DAX query view where we could understand it and utilize it for optimizing our queries. This is all for today. Thank you for watching, and we shall meet in the next video.